silsil moraruladan mo civil guktunin tial program kami al afternoon special program kami gela da ito yorbela. Mal miloto so Mr. President. Kadang tangat ng president sang ding tek time guk mo civil memma. Kidel guk magalada do ra vekil sande civil guk rong siya president Michael. الجريرة هذا المير كمان رجال مرقول التايم أوكس ما من ريلين مرنيه كذا هذا تقول إلى 1 hour or ينقلق 1 hour من إلى الأفترنون ينقل مع هنري جاكسون أمو فاسيليتيتر تيا يا جستر ماما مستر بريزيدنت تقول أجيب بود سيسون مورا غير مانغير بما قلت شيء اليوم مرقوا بكرة نريا ولا يتجيم مرة بلا ولا كمان بليس يا اليوم لا مرقوا
ده كمان بسولان
Toribong tasper.
Toribong ma direkal Mr. Henry koman مساور تيال وقتي على الميم غدا قاسوس هذا دو وك تيجي دار أدر بيلاو كلولو سه ميديا أنوال برانش رقابلمنت تقابلمنت ترجيد مغدا غاية سيو غير ما بلول ملقوران واسه أي قال ده لما مدري أرسل دمسيسي المليات من بقول دي مليات تبت المملة شيء كده أوك أو ده سؤال مقاسين ده كمال سوما تقرأ برلمان ما قمرا له سيلول سوما سنجرين غير opposition رابك التايم سؤال أرسل opposition رجال بقول ملاس من المرون ما يقل دورول دي I think most importantly كده مران بين أسول أديوس ارتيال كلبوغ لويل بالواث إن يعمل سكيد إنه كده مو proud الأدر بيلاو سيل سومر أدرى هذا البلوة مي مرقوق كلون لا بلوات whether هذا among Pacific leaders outside leaders المير بيلاو سيل ده سين كلامه لا بلومي وكم مخرين مالوين كذا ما سي you know a lot of times كذا قدام بس سيجي تعمل مكيد دي وبده بس هيجي لوين دورنا سولير تيجي هذا public work you know they get out there and they clean the road and make sure تيجي المير تيرو المير سايبه لا سيها تيجي بلومي وايسي غير من الممسوك برتال تريتا لا you know كدم لام ليوك لا يقال بلو قال deputy prime minister PNG ما سلي قال هذا prime minister ديرغل سولومون هاسي غرا trigger كمي ما قاسي I think at the end of the day it's about instilling a certain and say we need to care الغير لا بلوات تلو كتي شو عن رجيدر أموت مك نقول بيمرا ده مجرد قدي ملام رابلا الموتيل وجيل مال سوادا سو جيم لويل شو كان رجل so I think maybe in ساعتها مرة شابال أجي قرا discipline الدنيا لا adapt المرة لام you know it's one of the things البلا مالغل تناتري and it makes us stand out of course كده أدري كم لين غرا a cup and I think the regal sale because أبلا well known للجيل التغور أمريهم الجيل التغور sustainability and we have an opportunity الشير يجيل success رجيد continue الvoice را يجيل concerns را Pacific رامدار بلاد say these are the things that we need to change in order to live sustainably on a healthy planet and we've been able to take the leadership in oceans and you know one of the things that at least came out a PIF متيال ملادي بورس رقم الموت المطمع أصل Office of Pacific Ocean Commissioner and of course الملوك المربلا split team سل Secretariat PIF اسم ملوك المربلا من you know أيجي قال وسأل كلام تنات المرجيد مقدمين عسول هذا وسرتيال كبوغ البلواد تيال لذا اللي يقل بلو تيجي أيضا بيترون بيرا سايبرا سي عمل دقة شوي سما ما مدينة أول أمريكان كم يعمل عن ترى ميلي أكل أنا راح قام مدينة ما سورين ميلي أكل هايجين you know كذا عرتيا رمورتن برا قام مسايبال ترى سي دقة ما سوى ما بيلا why maybe is that the concept grass is always greener on the other side I think we should learn to appreciate what we have and how do we improve it how do we most importantly مقرد أورورين مو elevate malubeng nulak nangar other bela الموين سيدا you know say that's قدرت السيا مقتقرية ده مال بس إنغرا يجل سيدا مقال مرول مال دينو تيال تيال مال مرينا سوليو دري قال سوسر other بلاو el tira uknos el tunin yung gather al sils. Okay. So lang.
Kami daw mo ulit ko question and answer ang bago siya ulit ko ka diyan ko katingin mo ko kasi state lang ng presidente. Ang nga karim
Abam Saule, Yoele, I'm running a journalist, I'm more of a news commentator. But anyway, invite na mera Kausischakl. And anyway, President, it's good to see you. And then congratulations. I believe that your trip to Dubai was a success. Would you agree with that? Was a success as far as ida all tayo galulong Michael Motegraki, Michael Kora movement so other part ringi. Would you say kora mleungila report to say I mean, as far as production is concerned,
Ngaria one el triga a couple of days ago. El teal la gigre langal mirar ap kula lo ngi ngali imora roba. Kandi roba ka ngar roy do mesen gali ngan kadin mirar ap kula lo le tiamal bdia bul lo. Yung mesen gali gigre dil ngaria lo lari mo itini rada. Mamaral mo bitani ma realize wa senga nam tiga igal tu el mlama aiga million el mlama sra tiala lo. E ulang mlama bagum tiala lo. Mga others tunnel mo itaigara ada bemra tiap kula lo. Mga ruba ko ge ringi lo ase. Aigal di sel aigal tu
starfish.
Oh, starfish. Maka tila limol blam iti aigal million el mate rabbit che ngara tutrel tial moruri. Mo ase. Ada ka tutrel moraigal million dinga tutrel morangel imo. Baby rata me kita blol ngari selu sudah suada betul ma maklo el to kita mlora kap say nsama mal bana pa fossil fuel dim la kadong say ai ding ngari atigi bul movement kato ko ngelo say kadong masada le emosi kro say so kada sada mo say dim open ara tial gate gelu dodel giralo ngasam lebe oi ترجيب الكماس كذا بقي وجد لهم مقطرين قدم لو هسه سيل لوس اند دامج اكو سه تشوم متمن لابلو غادي ودو دلتو نمول غسو قال تلمل لا كلايمت تشينج فاينلي تملا ستر خميت ودو دل جيره 700 مليون اوي جيغري لندي وان تلمل را باكستان 30 بليون دي ملامول Makasing sell one starfish, and I think that's gadamran ben asulir tigel tokol ngalged ngarse arwa airby ma ivory ma miki tigab to amge garela ngarse negotiators ki chora itaro triga negotiators trigi de temora meeting dengan meeting ra total mo kapse mo bring up triga meeting but enseguida Magical words and they're trying to tweak it. They're also saying, "Magarang mo help pra mangargi dar other below." And most importantly, magara change our behavior of love. And mo song sa spell fossil fuels, the more renewables, because we know was a healthy planet requires us to cut down on fossil fuels. Sila cleal, sel blawado dangani lam namrek sel global stock take kasi. Sel mleg already that 2015 will stay below 1.5. Ela kadirmur tebudula 3. Isang arab lukun merga dar below. Ang ayang ala 8 feet underwater. Siya end result. Maula sel riyak dum sisi amal qolo asay. Kamal adar ayuns amru la ger rogul gimorul المسابقة قرتيل لوجي لك نعار رجيد. ما جي مغريوم راتبام لين راو لقي مغريوم رجيد لقي بدي أسي ألوني راتبام إن ميلا بلولا لين لتدو برا كربون أمو سويس برا داو. مبارترا أو مغريوم اللي جرا المرونيل جرا أونيل planet so. Agi mru rangar alam, agi only kami mru rangar alam. Sometimes it requires sacrifice. Di wata, tokora kamaduk lang ka blola special story na kamaduk la se. Akamaduk la, amle ula karkarangam. Akamaduk la odi imam. Di agi dire ka nomting na se. Ti agi di mo ngari waisel dia ka control ni agi ok kamadi. Lenga ka mata mga se agi mayar elbu ya. Unfortunately agi ula batang kale. Kamar ngal gila mo ambil. Oh, that was not sustainable. Mum losto batang ke gadire kal diol kaya ngari قدم له stubble لو مال التيبل time they sell one of the amazing things sell obora onging yang rela mo lelbak le sell dalbe tal thousands ako seng Palawan fireworks elangar se mla mo bla tourist but at the same time one bla super scientist say I want to gamudok la a producer 5.5 tons of sand they sell
per lifespan ra ka
no every year
Every year.
aling tedo bligel maklol dam truck lalol
Wow.
aloruri kaya ko tumko to telel island builders awala nga regal alol gidra ya murus ursel alol pile up wasa also helping us with climate change you know the whole system works together everybody's got to do their parts and that's what CUP is about. It's about getting everybody to do their part we wanted more but at least in Gel Starfish, we made a difference.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
So, kita follow-up question then. Mal, congratulations for the $700 billion. What I say?
700
million.
700 million for loss and damage.
For loss and damage.
That's for the world.
For the world. Yes. So the question is, telang ra 700 million na mervelaw as a source of money. How much of that money is going to be disposed on Langaral project and mervelaw, specifically Langaral project.
So loss and damage was a typhoon. So Madawat Muramse, those are so you put up claims, you get money for those kinds of things. So through the apply, that's loss and damage money. Ngaria although the adaptation, mitigation. Again, we continue to fight the sell $100 billion a year commitment. Trial kaya dira bolo sa adring mo kasi kung spend $100 billion na makamada that's it spend although the tialotan makamadan el so what are those kinds of things? Kadam sa a school relocation lo para kula lo ngul mera bali galablo. Sa hospital lo labal mor bebula ageda de ngara kula da ba gida that's where those kinds of we have to apply and then there's ways for us to access those funds. Sell more specific to the Pacific which was unlocking blue Pacific prosperity. SSL legidal kita kumpanya nawa lihat to rapan. Ikata mora PNMS. Ela kadam la expand beyond the PNM so say abela closer 80% thing mal dia ngara lead compared to more tial other rogi by those sikro say how do we get the rest of the Pacific share the same vision mobile dire wala lablu so what we were able to do at this CUP aigal blura tahiwa mlot magay say agi 100% sustainably manage our oceans that means antung mo na tuna ikados pa aigal proper fishing gear hindi ka dito mo kada adeng marul mahuruk po nila other things targeted use TV monitoring and other methods to do sustainable fishing minimize a bycatch and then the other thing that we do make sure I say how do we develop the local industry so that benefits so really it's about balancing production and protection. And at the same time, we all committed to 30% protection to be defined individually by each country. How do we define that? Mang Bela Minister Victor, foreign ministers, fisheries ministers, directors, leaders, so last Lugi Solomon. And then CUP Mergo deliver Celia. My Bezos Foundation gave 100 million in starter cell fund and 125 million GEF. And our goal is, the first goal is to get 500 million. That's just for the Pacific. So that's more targeted for us. Those are funds. And then, for example, Kadamrura fishing port, so it can offset expense marine law. So then it frees up money for other things. That's how the money comes in. So we want to make sure that really should be optimized and ultimately more help other
Kasi follow-up tayo din ang interested in CUP 28. Mga almost news other diyan may mal tirira result ra CUP 28.
I see.
Minister of Marshall Islands natural resource quoting was we didn't come here to sign our death warrant. Ngaradim lang da achieve.
Say gidel mlesoada gidel Gero,
Kita
iya rogol magi kare blue adilu ase. Kadamora kap giril saingil gongil ase. Tial togoro uspe fossil fuels a coal malu better bangi.
Gel double dollars.
Oh, di same lo dekal sen mai. Maula to say we're signing our death warrant and diriga kada kengel wase tiraga ada boring. Esel requirement ase ngira de longo se si, ngos si. Sel dos periods al time ra ogwam erul basen ta chum chwa del bural bedula 1.5. Le lo logoria rwam ashan ayel blura amo completing modibus. Ali angayang la dosa. Oh, ele egel blura di wang ayangal. Achung da se angayang la 8 foot under and sel imol blura masher rogira 8 foot under. Dekal bulu. So that's why it was saying it's our death warrant.
Tirgal mo klol ulo dia kal salungi rongsit.
Then it comes down to economics.
Exactly.
You know, I just happened to sit in the COP meeting right after Poland. Magurang second Prime Minister of Poland nga say, ayon ngi terkamil bulu lakam moru la man sisi el togoy luulang mo otomole economy ka mam.
Ay mo abu.
Oh. Mawula ka dire kan malkortiro say, oy. Ay economy ka miu. Aklau tu tele di klara kama mendira kal klau tu tele labulu ma mendira kal klau tu tele makase ngare gel uktira kal sin murul la plan interview tira adra dois ele makase kamil adra dois akir bitara France Russia ngarabita emna decide osen de kal some nuclear emla mutrom le saba ko le la lombri la ona ila nuclear power plant tra kamiu tiro adra Russia bal 45 nuclear power plants are closed etira mle saba ko le la ngale got tabta nuclear ma قم لا يقوم قم سول بريم نوتن مغرق لا ال 45 لول غادر الى التايم. I mean these are large countries that can really make a difference in contributing to the reduction of TL. So ngira the lomes nuclear, ngira the lomes renewable, ngira the lomes hydrogen, all of those are solutions that are there available to us and we need to sell gidam not magal bulada say covid that's the kind of effort together to climate change and you know, that's really what we're out there talking about. Ako nga ram nga sa trigal sa alid magid ako say haymong mga haymong ala kabalo
moise mo dia ka haymo
ngul mo kamal mo makasi haymong mga blu abla bol di busa balwa retial taito la tay del mortial bulu ala kabalo ndi ka haymong oh ma se yung morgue you know dekal kita subra textbook because if every one of us makes a choice we can make a difference. Yeah,
moise ela seguid el omomdaswa kadumora kap 50 to kongi gurni are they listening a little bit?
No, you know, acting one example, progress. Diablo Australia, sirak pura cup 20, 28, 26. Siya first a couple blurring. Emle Prime Minister Engel Scott Morrison. Sirak pong target tra Australia by 2030 a reduction is only 23%. Selta kita namuda kada adra PIF makasi man bringila dom tira continent mamal island esel continent ta interested tira ona mamal island tiada ko sinam par tra PIF ay gadimle anyway ngem lo dekal prime minister and mo abes el prime minister le tigem lo tu balu mutalmang le tiga adra Australia disoil increase a coal production mo abes government tamla may commitment el 46% reduction by 2030. So
they're listening.
And not only that, to say mga kap dori one, mera Brisbane. Let's put the Pacific on display. Even Australia, tial Great Barrier Reef for tira modongalil kadala core bleaching problem. They also have islands. So we say the awareness. So you know it's a moral responsibility of all of us. You know. Kita malomra sa igar rogul klalo aklokla Dios. As stewards of the planet, engari ang level do what we can. Di ka abuse.
Yeah, that's what tell tol mo to put in an American phrase not shelling na say the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Maybe a small island, but if you make enough noise, in due time they're gonna say, hey, maybe it's time to put the grease of tell tayaleng dakalo di mga guests man. Hala ko koratchen sa topic la question together mara domestic rabaray do.
Sure.
Oy. President ka kotel tokol adra community ra business amalme endorser ka mo president they know you're a businessman UCLA MBA so malkul atak morgaw to this day since you got in office business licensing marketing mahaliga slow particularly on file mora corporate registry understanding it tanamubal mora FIC but we don't know what's ngaranga status of saying ding kamarang trigibal speed up pertiang lang ratang direct mo effect talaga gidele livelihood other belao ling but other belao mga partner till foreign investor mal slow tal mal grinding a process ngare bil mau dudil may mal mo slow matuguk may mora huriping so is there a program or a task force that you at least gotta speed up or tell process and try to improve atmosphere permitting and approval of corporate registry belao?
Yeah, so one of our requests was for OEK to increase funding and more FIC, FIU, because they need funding, they need attorneys, they need, you know, and that's something that we need to help our OEK understand. We need to invest money in regulated agencies so they have the resources to do the work that they need to do. Mungilak na toksura tutalo mungila sa doy may hospital. Finally, you know, we have the money coming from the compact. We need to start prioritizing ay del toy. Kita rela budget ng authorization and appropriation. Maktin reminder to say ayel authorization amle idea was so you OEK members know was a get a priority and we need money to fund this program. Oh. Kami adim non minus and mo zero makasali ko mo lobe sa kaduk mo ngito kami ko mo kasi kami to justify. Kita you know but these are the kinds of things we know. So elal bolsa sa tigiblo utilil and hopefully Marigila pass it very soon. We're just it keeps on going back and forth that debate Marigila kamangal but those are the priorities that we need to fix. So one of the major challenges we have, and AG has that problem. We cannot afford. It's 50,000. Ngel lawyer office kamam. Adi tiro of the office kamam. Memora Sierra le chair the chief legal counsel or Sierra City Council. I say, boss, I sacrifice 2 years. I have to go. And then four times a salary. I mean, what can you say? Thank you. I mean, namo do the Raigal. Mgala Murada Lala. Bol recruit namo 6 months and Gimara recruiting at some other. Yeah, of course, a budget so just to hire lawyers to get a lot of it is regulations and so get a more singular understanding. You know, I say we need to raise salaries. We need to make things more attractive, so we can get the tools that we need to do to get the economy going. You know, one of the interesting programs is UAE. We signed the double taxation agreement. We signed a investment agreement from UAE, and then I met this gentleman and working with the COP presidency, my UAE. They're trying to five countries around the world. One East Africa, West Africa, Asia, like Asia, Indian Ocean, and then Pacific, Caribbean. That's kind of their, and ideally ones that are impacted by climate change. Let's come up with a registry, basically for corporations that really that want to target their ESGs, their social responsibility, to set up they don't want to say offshore, parts of their corporation. To say tel corporation only 10% allocate rin mora tel corporation set up rin awabela. Interesting. And then sir corporation of course generate revenue. You give them tax rebates. They take the money that they get from tax rebates, they put it back in renewable energy, and you keep a portion of it. But you need to raise the tax rate. I say a corporate tax rate that has to be a minimum 15%. So you make a different law for them. You give them back the rebate. Medal was sell program ng FSM. Ding was say they're from Deloitte. They have a target. They have 2,000 large corporations that they can target for this. Emrose Regal Fable at Blue Rablulat. We have to be creative, and we need laws. System kind of like the digital residency. So I agree with you. I hope historical EQPB, those processes have gotten better. But you're right about the corporate registry. So we just need to give them the resources. Same namo FIC, and we need to let them begin. So
yeah, sige the FIC. I think it can segregate ngira AG.
Yeah.
So we tell overwhelm tira a lot of burden.
Yes.
So we focus ra corporate registry mas kumang maring tigil digital other than nga internet apply agi dele corporate registry and direct mo tergival mere de guktara source of revenue president and Maduro das.
So no, I agree with you. Tiran mo kaya gira luit tirang and gira mo understand as a government that provide a service and moral and we should do a good job of service okay. And then we have to explain to people as a part of the reason a government collects taxes is to provide those services.
I see.
We don't need taxes. A half government budget tax. You cannot run the government without taxes.
I see.
Oh, malaka the confused say. Matsola sa lidrang yun man di po surti Kadi erase mo dia mga service asom lakatri. Kada mo katara public war, kada mo katara. Come decide, let's start cutting now. Era kapakta na maski daw hospital ma school ma. Ayun the state government mo ko close. I mean, we have to help people understand that was part of our responsibility as a nation. Is we have to be responsible for the services and things that we need. So
President if we become known Rablulat as a friendly investment destination, of course in Singapore they have the infrastructure. But if we get improved the percentage, and there's going to be a lot more business coming here, like you say. But the register and they may be in Europe or America, but they're registered here so they can pay their taxes here. And if you need to give them a rebate, fine.
Yeah.
But the marginal kerwelawa help tell government kita lim sa pension fund manam obulumang. Anyway, I applaud you for a good idea. Give us support ringi.
Kung di follow up particular doon mga rin. Kasi mga convention or binakalaw lang. Hindi ka tiyagi del tokol mo niya. Ilang mo ngeder o may kadadir kakarger na tokol ang minimum wage. Ngaran el dool o momdas ngin sibe eden mo imol table at dool en sira ka question eh. Ako mdas ng ati dia ka ngil communication team bakaw. Ikaw mo do okra table at dool wise en dia ka wala ka del mo ka tika solution a problem del bangari. Di
kakakora mo dool wa sa dora total wa se ngoti dia ka to ngira ka to ka kampak mo kasi
aktikul ko niya
kasi I'm sorry senator dia ka dil do meeting Mar senator sa mar delegates magkamamal mo Washington DC I know siya ka talak lo sen dim na mga information hindi kita malungil communicate
mga kamadya ko lo sen
hindi adi question ase mring tira mega decision
cancel na nga
tamatak tel mega decision I say so we have SS for example that says we need to raise the retirement age one simple to Namo year and a half.
Exactly.
A deficit SS of $13 million. So we told them, I said, one of the ways to help resolve it, raise out the other mobile American market. And they also raise out the other the blue, raise our minimum raise out the Moccasin, other the blue sell the PSS and Morgan, Motmura at more help tell SS and Doral bankrupt. And as more development comes, again, I'm going to say, a lot of time. There's so much construction going on. I mean, my estimates, it's about $40 million a year worth of construction, private, military, a government terbela. Sell $40 million. If the minimum wage goes up, contribute more pat, and then titribet tamaran material pat tamrel dos pering. I mean, teludo tamrel dos pering. So we have to know, say, it all works together. Take a step. So digo so kalau isu lasyak 3 minuto speaker before adme ngarin sa kara sus ma eli maya kasi kamtel ora minimum wage ar madik medo ngle sorry ran mut baby da information makasin sorry tial household income survey sorry lagi mo isu kasi kamra am justify tiam kasi kadi mo 2014 adras remai sa minimum wage en belang lo asing lama sa lakla lortang almost 50% makasi matila ngara blogul asum ne 315 agya dem sa $7. What are you waiting for? Andi we know kasi hindi ka sa example mo 7. So take one step. Gitem na sa oy. Mamon mo 425 asum man bring the mesri tungul man next. But if you don't do anything, that's not a solution. So kada kay nga sir say there was a it's about building confidence and you know ngaria atolo say well malakari ka a restaurant that mo close makase you have to understand one thing. They did a study getting a Nobel laureate 2 years ago, economist. He got a Nobel laureate in economics because he was doing minimum wage study. And before the 1980s, majority ra economist ang arsel view lo say minimum wage again a free market mun take care. That's the best solution. Dekal yan nga government ta yan involved ni. Dito no tingnan say no, the government has to set a minimum. Above there say free market can deal it. You have to set a minimum and of course hindi mo tell minimum molding arong mo oiga. But giral kabel giral based on some reason. But tamle compare New York and New Jersey el tell was so ngaram la impact New York am raising New Jersey dimnak can affect a business closures. In fact, you might even see a bump para in businesses, especially small business, get more business also mas audo dili lang more disposable income. So tiablo ko kung takri kasi as people have less and less money, ito di mo regal basic. So, tumaralik quarter, mabras. Exactly. And naman ako din mga Fuji. I mean, that's but we did a simple experiment. Palau stable coin. Mdem kasi ada sign up lang dim lo end up Kings, Penthouse, Surangel Sons. So guess what? As a proportion, you know, looking at business rebellion and how people spend their money, you would think it was a sell proportion assume the base they should spend this much at Surangel and this much at Penthouse and this much at Kings. When they had that extra money, dispose tiriga sorry mo outra Penthouse, sorry mo ra Kings no mara lunch team. That's what happens. So
the more the merrier.
The more the merrier. We have to help people understand the sige tiriga malbi kasi tadi ang urtial payroll tir emna mo madaktra no da silo wodigel.
So, mga President ng critical educated develop mo say 70% of the economy is consumer spending. So what do? Give them more money to spend.
Exactly.
And then you go circulate the economy.
Wala ka dapat kaya atrang dal balul mo cloud del.
Why say?
Invite the team video sa mga.
Oh, hindi nga ni sir. It's maybe ang old titi mentality le ada titim lo iseri
dagale tirigal ngaro biar kula dira ka tim le sa titi time
dia betul ko tirare de sometimes kada kasi you know kadang sa mentality kasi adram brigger seran merang aramo adram brigger ang artia salary adram belang artia Waise?
Bela ko mas adram belang artia adram
Waise ko atri
Payback time
payback time kada maybe we need to change that a little bit
Kauk the change subject president. Lek musura tokora tourism. Mal morbab mano tokas kogi ma ro to makmudura imorbagra adra turista. Engora muskaga question ring men solve question. Avera tagay.
Oh, teka question.
Se vela government gora a practice self practice in Hong Kong. Subsidized for a while. El booster ada meleng mana tokas ko gi mangarang hindi tourism hindi akong compare gitu mo na restaurant ada di wek gitu because they're cheaper than us. Ngani ako na osngem masal wasang mangarang kada booster ngi el ako ako nik tergit no question about that. Question sing mas el booster ngi mo Urit sila nga 96,000 sila ul. Dom da sing tilodra ul was sila the one second safe.
So now this year, I think as we end December, we'll be at 40,000.
40,000. Yeah.
So we'll probably be halfway there. Next year, we're looking at earlier other Cambodia, Angkor, they're talking about 3 flights a week.
Sure.
And more Hong Kong. Tiga connect Japan Airlines, Emirates, Qatar, open up pra ukpela more China Southern. So every destination in China. So tia maskida tia. So but they did tell me this. I got cost the airport, really expensive. One of them, Hotel Airport Terminal Building. I don't know if you know History Airport Terminal Building and the before adong selon Hotel Airport. We charge $12 per head passenger metmu at po. Erang $62.
$50.
So those are real challenges that we have. You know, one of the things that Talungab Foreign Minister siya say, tiang unda sang koram lewil tokol meram, tiang kadran mem kitel tokoy. Oh no, I was, and this is exactly what we were concerned about. It's already ngari PPF rig $100 kadung $62 available. And then kadang I get ground handling fees, some other costs. Gal customer alin dia kada pera tial skogil me. Hindi tial liga kadang sa almost $300 per head. Mukado ko ra morano. Awlan dia kasi $99 fare let tiya di. Iga get other expenses. So I agree with him. We need to find ways and try to help them, especially when they're starting. But is there something you can do? Help program just a little bit because in the beginning we lose money. There's no question. We got to build a market. Australia, mem subsidize air nauru, air nuginil, fly me. So they're losing money until they can make it. They're not being subsidized. So maybe there's ways that government and that's why one of the things I have to talk to PL. Say, maybe you can do something, give them some grace period or something and help them to start. I mean, of course, in PPP, tira majority, you know, one of the things that other airport, kasi, humingi utiyang, adunong da so say, turista siya mas ko gina siya merber. Ela timing zero.
Why so
kasi, you know, ambassador, where's the plane? Where's the customers? Hindi tira de problem with mlar teludo harab. You know, these are, but anyway, get decisions that were made in the past. All we have to do is find ways to pay those. What are ways that we can reduce? So we've got to work with our partners. I say, you know, it's your responsibility and you're private. They can make adjustments and they can make offers and help. So we need to work with them to make offers that help start alam ko korter to ko adi clearing si lungil to ko kasi ngari adlok ulay sa kasi German channel ra weekend damle 22 erta ula karingil malalbak
bito ka other tourist
so that's good news. Now I think the next challenge will come with Core State. Say how to manage them so we take an overcrowd like we experienced. So that's and we need to work with Core State and make sure set experience is the maintaining.
Last year the issue that tourism, every hotel manager, and namudiaga individual tourism because there are expenses, but the package. So 18 of them are Warabilas, 18 of them are Masarabas, namo mora PPR, more rarely other more PPR cares $1,000 la night room. Say gida le message Palau rohil masih kita jangan terus ultra quantity kita ultra quality. But because the price are bloody, we get out source from market kita mau dia akan sebedel. Makanya dia tulis seleng, kalau turis tinggi ngasih kita utara group tourism, namun dia kamal individual tourism, family affairs.
Well, I think there's a mix. Ela tunggu China Airlines, itu complaint ter other Taiwan. Tiriyan ngarsel ngara Taiwan, may ada kal group. Tabay individual. El 60% traskogi. May group travel at Taiwan lam dasin mas traskogi. Ito ko nito kasi alar another airline at China Airline amla oy tamam ukdi ama ele tangara Europe pen ngara American ngara igal baby rablo. Ele you know one of the things kungira at China Airlines they have those really nice business class and say lie down. I get it full. ele kamdan tira tigal high-end tourist sorry. And so one of the new things, of course, are Four Seasons. Sell lowest price the room are Four Seasons at $3,000 a night. They sell suite at $6,000 a night. That's high end. That's what you want to see.
Sing diri ka maral project itong last to.
And then sell dia lang artiang.
Oh.
Mas well, it's almost like a floating hotel.
Oh, okay.
So instead of like a live aboard, and they can live aboard the mong bakal 5 days fikta. No.
It's a floating hotel.
You can go in one night at all. And then toma kanina karo tumoram tara ire mo mora different experience. And they can sorry it's a
Fixed one place. They
no,
change location.
change so different of your room.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So they're going to bring Condé Nast, Leisure Travel, CNN. We're working with them on CNN to bring CNN here to do promotions. And that's what you need. Sir do South high-end. Sir gura ra gal look sa Four Seasons merbelaw. Engel investor especially Saudi ma UAE. Atiga di mo magorok tia asum waisa tiang wil bulu.
Ada waisa.
Because that's
Suma galuba ka siya suma niya siyang rilar
yung sir stamp pam la mori mo ta tia there's something special there.
Sure.
And so that's what we need to be able to let people understand. And it is. We're special. We're not. Kita deka tuwa ngidil blue. Ding kita dan mamudu malar sell optimal benefit and more other value.
I see.
Edik pas ka example.
Sure.
One nighter sell $6,000 a night room. Ang ari tool tax lo na apelo. A room tax at 10%. Other one PGST.
Okay.
So what's the total?
On the net
What's the
profit.
total? 20%.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's $1,200 per night. Amer sang arbelo.
Malungil.
That's for one couple.
Yeah, waisa.
So that's optimizing or self benefit. May other belo mo das peril. Al mot travel one.
Hindi presidente ari ako del gida to ka oy tirgel mlame bang lembral way kelo ko ila ruba.
Yeah.
Gire del lo sikro lelen tumo attractive el mergid del gida blo el ngani til ay gider gid.
Yeah.
Kado ko na madakta malungil to kalbel mol overwhelm mergid.
And you know, I'm just hoping it was a state mga can get solved. Mos el sell resort that will really change sell viewra ablur belo. Len you know, $2,000 a night a minimum room. That means share with other bela $400. Tiok karba pa na room ra PPR.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a different ball game. And ngari other three gidan maraw. Hindi sige the Four Seasons. That's where I go. That's the only place I go. Mak Four Seasons tell mo ablo morsalimo because siya brandar.
I see.
Maaman mong why say. They have loyal customers and will follow them around the world among.
Yeah, malungil. President, kita question na
The unfortunate thing ngel ong beng sing am lerbelaw or 2016.
I met him.
Why say?
I see.
And it's now 2023. Edrigal sa construction.
Irisa Margil.
So you know, we need to speed up the process. Unfortunately, ma permit mo problem estate, but mlegi del
Security guard rogo.
oh, hindi mo amorita. When he had the money, mlegi da modor.
I see.
Oh, available or travel in the wheel, hindi. You know, so you're right. Money doesn't just wait for us. If it's there, you need to be able to. Kung mamoritam level the sell hotel ngira tiele ngurur. Ase is amazing.
It's amazing.
It would have been it's in Eagle bungalow a pool tiel. I saw the designs in it.
Yung Makado Mall.
It was
a beautiful.
It was a beautiful plan, but you don't need a lot of them. This sell merbelaw aklo. And that's what we want.
I see. Ang ngakamlo Mitra Bibira investor as well, and they plan to do a high-end condominium rang Malaal.
Malungil.
Malungil sound. Di tida question to the president, which I hope you can share some light on it. Tigang mle concern le seldo makalag marang Malaal the pasra si passion e matlak labula sewer. But the question of mas if you're going to add 150 high-end condora ang Malaal, would that affect the sewer system rigid? Given the situation of the lab, participation. In the meantime, when can we get the TLBSL system online? Let's say that at chokeholder as far as development oriore.
I totally agree with you, Lose. It's really unfortunate, Tial Suwa. kada
Pinagtukulog
kada
ko
nila
na-
alone. I think it's a tema del senatore.
Kasi hindi mo naka-
2014 kada nila alone. The project was supposed to be done in 2018. In fact, one of the problems are Inspector Amirale tira din kung makabaor. Matamrula dekal girin mrula dekal adro
Wala
mesetti.
yung inspector.
So it really is a sad disaster. And that's one of the things we're working with ADB. I say, oi, instead of finishing it, but you need to loan another 6 million. I say, excuse me, kami of course, leadership or certain, met makalorus ta teluro, and one contractor me, godongan nga ni. Ay kita dekal wai disila ba project tara at Taiwan ang lamang even edria problem why tell problem blam tan nga ni tiyan. Di kami
More worse than ever.
it's the worst. An example ra ma financing. You know, it's one of the things that of course all bilam lalme tima de say dekal give per single penny or ADB in the that can affect loans in the future.
Sure.
So we have to work out a solution and finish the because it needs to be finished.
Exactly.
And so we need to get the 6 million from somewhere, and we need to finish it. So that's one of the things that we have to clean up. And I'm sorry, I have to use the word clean up, but it's a mess that we have to clean up.
Right. You're cleaning you're cleaning that a mess from somebody else, but at least it's good news that you're trying to clean it up. Sige da tara chok hodra development
agree.
Thank you for that comment.
And on that note, ngamla la mo gida gora state say tena mo gida changing mo tourism area. So that's our closest area to Waikiki.
Exactly. On top of the industrial
yes,
area.
No, we need to move them someplace else. So that's market potential again.
Pagtukol din, kita pagtukol di wise.
Oh, so we need to get together and open up a little bit and be willing to.
Sure.
So get encouragers take the combo.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And give them hope. Say, come drink a brewing and momra suwar. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it.
President Tara Maluguk Tarangia, when the investors come to Palau and they say, can we have a 5-minute chat with the president? He always gave them the courtesy. They give the press, give them a confidence. Say, if the president of the country is willing to meet with us, at least then bless us, give us the moral support. Say they can boost their tirk. Say, we're going to risk our money in Palau. At the same time, it's more cautious, not to make a mistake. You see what I'm saying?
I guess from my background, PMA, for example, we had to fold. Misal Megal Airline, a hotel conscience, I say it's a tough business. It's hard for them to make money.
You have to be a billionaire to run an airline.
I say, let's find every way to help them. Because I say adi del boy given more abnul. What are the things that we can do? Garuba say ngira o siga te alal reduce our cost tier so they can be successful. Because if they're successful, Abela successful. It's a partnership.
Exactly.
So that's why I make time to meet with them because we need to encourage investment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kahalik change sa subject. Mo ura adra a sports belo. Mang sin travel rega Rogul Island Pacific gidal ako trumila facilities sir gidra. Atokora yakiu, atokora sports. Nga ka diak sa agri rol masih kita del because a population kita del ngario. Di gum dasul wasing experience na ka atokora sports, di ang sisi a practice ran gumelaw aim high. Tokora mla mo dimru just to be participant. Iti dia kal start ragaw tiam lamok medel lu ragal waise. Nakamle partnerin na kirel adal mol momong. Selmle discipline na lu belaw aim high. Akong dasweng mlamo social media dia kam na change gil wasi tirga ambassador tirga ngara. Mura ding rin mo dia kal seriously tabla kan dia. Ma adi so kal gukora di input na kal dia challenge la anybody la anything. Pustri rakil si ilmo meron real practice. Let's aim high. Then sel wal lol badab regidra tokora sports tial ingal grabo la biam destia. Siya all dapat na sports rebelo. Siya national sports na rebelo ko pailo. Mong
Kamalgora yakyu.
yakyu.
Okay.
Ako
Ano kamalgora tel team ligid mo Solomon Island.
at timigil mo Solomon Island daro everybody dim nakal aim high. Mong kita magkakare ba tingin si medal ako dakat sa mga. Hindi.
So kahal eh.
Ako lugar niya adik piskal tigde. Al sum ka let's say ka demora awa Solomon Fest Oceania tournament. Ngania a time the beat ubag mo kumede mo. Hindi ka dito borro ko. You know what I'm saying? Tirgel swiil, what tirgel buira son sorol, tirgel buira omigan nok me ma. Agiril parsi lom tergid. Hindi the body imol bulu edimla ka the bod gedra ngidil ngana. Ako ngas hindi al country. Tial training ground ma algida di. Kadamnar mula facility to the point di al smedlo spe. Ma intergida morise. Aktim lgor ngileng. So ka the push el tir budul ba.
So gida ngari qualification process ri.
Why say?
First ngari Palau games. Why say?
Why say?
Magangara Palau games. E prepare gida gira micro games.
Why say?
A Solomon Islands a Pacific games.
Why say?
Material mla qualify a micro games. I'm not a Pacific games. Say a process el dogi win. So sel do ase triga dim la blagan triga mla blagan matiga ulat mesil qualify el mong.
At hindi kita gila ng arni a pride ergid. So kadam dangel wase kadam you know kadam morro ko.
Hindi mo kada borro ko le athlete samal bato.
Adang hindi nga
tiga dim lang little di 90 samal mlong.
At hindi na isam out of 8,000 100% athlete samlong. I mean hindi challenge it. Payo lang ito kasi menungudin practice.
Of course we
practice.
Yeah.
Akplon mo ako may setir.
Yeah.
Hindi ka legal mamamut ringit practice that's what I mean. Gigal dim leleng 1 hour do brahe. Gigal dim root di ka pom you know. Ang aramong sel laboring oy gagid to koy. In intense practice ma de lo rogo ya kir to order. Di wa to ko rasyo ba ko term goring. Kada mo focus ni rogo ya. I'm just saying.
Tirgal ng liga remote, matigil nga swimming. Ay gade ka dil bigi sirela root marule. Tirga practice all year round.
Why say?
Oh.
Di tirga mal di 110 di tirga rogo yung rosi.
Dia material paddlers material practice all year round.
President.
Ma basket akla kasi ngari awan ralig and more immorally. Oy, hindi sel full team ra 5-on-5 hindi mo nakalbong. Hindi mo nakal-qualify. 3-on-3 amlo.
Hindi wila ang sila di wila at tulway say di mo dasulwase.
Yes. We should also drive for better.
Exactly. Sige da.
I agree with you. And then we should also look at what is there ways that we can improve? I agree with you.
Sige da gimlang ang girela
and then a question was maybe we need to start them younger. Gather improve our time at school. You know what I want to
get more sports at school.
Get more class sports program at school. Girel ngari little league. I know Vice Speaker Oriora is working to restart the little league. Those are important things. Gira start ram gare mesel loral mo klotia tiam na mo built in. Ablaya unang mega major league amna little league mo high school mo mura college mo na major league. Tiya kamangal process.
Kamangal process.
Yeah.
Kita dia kadid katingin mo. Kita mo mela tiam mo 25 times ang theater process. Gira tirgel wa ayana. Amna mo malakot. En agar dir problem retigal mi kagari. Inya angel ko tumili isang por kita ang galing Ernestine.
Yes.
Ito di milingi din ng iloban mo na track and field. El mo tennis, el mo el kita roko nga ko. Sige da kung das yung nglen dim leso kada kas ringin. Mga other sports um dekan sokal problem other sports active mo mas. Let's try much harder.
And you know, igal tial Sports Federation ma tial PNOC kokla other belar.
Exactly.
So ngari ngora yakyu, ngari ngora baseball, ngari ngora root, ma swimming. Mga kamalolingit kami wai ka sira kekral boy ka kung mesing lo yakyu esmi ano kung ilo mesing yakyu. Pom participate and help para coach ra ngalagay them help per tier, inspire tier. I mean that's what we need.
That's what we need.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need either inspiration, maigel do ngara ayel muru help per tier, boost them, get them excited about the sport. Get more people into it. Ela kadug team sa the number of teams sa major league manawm kasay.
Hindi rin kalbeto ka wala makita na team hindi ere.
So those are things that we need to work on and together. So I think sel legal gida den mururi don't diminish the efforts maureri
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they broke records.
Exactly.
They improved. You know, kadang bela nung they will pull the 25 meter or 50 meter pull. Well,
Di legal wase. Sil tangarang idil to at the idil ngarwa.
why say?
Why say? Michelle about number 21. And Jaktula said to Lomakit and let's take 6 steps higher than 21 next time around.
And
the number 19, the number 18,
and then we can do things like potential weightlifting. So let's focus some investments. Those are the things we can do. So 2019, gold medal or Pacific Games or any medals, zero.
Zero.
So a 3 is better than 0. We can do better.
Exactly.
And so this is time for us to reflect and help. But most important, try their hardest and did their best. And it's our responsibility as a government, as a people, support them, get them the resources, and push them to the next level.
Adan disco government diakal ultira process diakal umil ka change na senators. Diakam change na vote.
Ela PNOC, my sport imura government diakal involved in politics. It's outside.
Tira mo
Yes.
Every assessor and man,
Because there's a tennis federation, there's athletics, there's swimming. There's 11 of them. This is where we are, this is where we need to go. And so they should sit down and evaluate and say, weightlifting, tirang gold medal, let's put a lot of resources and help per se. Exactly. Because that's where there's opportunity. I know through the NCD grant, I give the sponsor, I get activity, I say, that's how we help. But we need also guidance from a PNOC, my federation, so I say, this is what we can do with this program and how we can expand it.
Just appreciate the more agenda. A nation mo orange was sports are part of it.
I see.
Hindi ako judiciary legislative.
So
sports are major part of physical fitness.
Let's not use Pacific Games and more excuse or say they can send mga micro games.
Hindi
the more micro games. They'll compete to the highest level and continue. So next year, this year we have to put funding out and let's continue to support Talungab because they need our support.
Exactly.
They need us to believe in them. Sure. That's the only way they're going to excel more.
Actually,
Sulang.
End result ringi clock leader roga ulmo kada kansul.
Oh, I see.
Tira last question ra. Hindi to ateme. Ngari ala dumle ko na kala ila ka to oiti talo gil to mo politics ra.
Oh.
To ase kamgri ra president ro ase. Ngaramle meaning ringi seral dul wa seral bela akot. What he meant. So larap tululem convince gid ro gul wa seral bela akot. To ra politics.
Kami dida kadungura atogora omariam. Why say? Aktilira para imaro toksuro ase. Agotara donde algo tangi gid. So tia luge laklang rigi adong oriom rigi. So we can continue to fish osperil gire la kulera other bela. Alsumung geizara blur bela. And you know, let's just take tax reform. Ada dim sadra one part 3 which is PGST. The tax reform is an example of other bela mogotra also. Why? Yes, ngania tribal increase herself saying before we had a GRT and an import tax. Ngania tribal increase ra tax and more arbekla. Ndi, what did we do? For other belau, ngariger tongubet senilo. And the economists did a study and it was about 2 to 3% sale increase across the board. If you add all the different impacts everywhere. So, sell 2 to 3%. Right off the bat, the sale income tax have reduced from 12 to 10. What I say? Make sure to minimize the sale impact. Not only that, the same regular. A trigger lowest income, other belas in more apply tax refund. So sell first at 8,000, which they pay 6%, they get it all back. A sell between 8 and 15, they'll pay 10%, they get it all back. What I say? They get a child subsidy. There's a social benefit. And then again, we get shobar get the other below, zero tax. So sel dorula policy sergi the gedram dos ase aiga kadam kara mru mo benefit tra other belang that's se meaning na other bela girel kotungila school girel kotungila hospital ringi girel care belau e benefit tial klabogalel maklungel ablur belau el girel mongil aklari we need to uplift their self standard of living ringin el mongil so he doesn't run to American dream is not as good as the Palauan dream sel you know admagar seral kote merbanan I always share this story nda kalbin sadra ko se kadimor bela 2 years di in the back of his mind gadim lang se drasing un mula kala dala kalwa se kadimor bela dim la katam soal mut el moram rigel mangmaral moram rigel aklara kamam telal moriam rigel mondar se mo doran mamre tia digal magar tia mal rigel mol mut trouble or trying andra pala high school adla kal sense kamam bigi mara school tia adla but you know, he didn't give up. In the Palauan dream, you have to believe in the Palauan dream. Instilling, and we need to create opportunities, whether it's making sure that we have money in the development bank, low cost money so that they can develop their businesses, making sure that they have as many scholarship programs. We have the best education system. You know, one of the things I share, like I say, I'm proud that I sent my principal this past year, and they had to go through a lot. Kadamora year-round school, kadamora kindergarten, mura first grade. Kadamora, there was so many things that implement the minister. Mungulari sel time our principals say, yeah, please stop aiga, kama aiga digal, murul makulungit say, you know, at the end of the day, there's only one thing that we're concerned about. That's what our concern was about. So at the end of the day, 1 year later, I get rogul to kabla implement. And it just takes time. A COVID, I got them remembering time. I don't know. I remember other hospital, I got them remembering and make sure people are vaccinated and ready. Kora blood vaccinated, blah blah the kaltmok. Ikaman ng altangat tingam pre the COVID there below. So ngaram le first riga, ako taradong ko taklangar. I mean, but that's not that you know that's an unfair statement. Dr. Bostrom told them straight, the horse has left the gate. We need to be prepared. We need to adapt. So let's see the challenges, rise above the challenges, work together to solve problems. I think that's so, and that's how we put people first.
Okay, follow up on your question. Masira 2020 office.
Yes.
2021.
2021.
El merela. Kadamna mokmedra batong. Are we getting there? Are we struggling to get there? Or,
so of course.
50 years closer.
Kadamna get rid of COVID. Kadamna start to build bring all kinds of flights in, trying to bring back investment. We're working on, of course, a compact was one of our biggest challenges. 400 million, we fought, we got 900 million. Not only that, sell 400 million before so by the end of 2024, como spare the fundamental changes in negotiation, I'm sorry. Kami also como spare belau, and girin so, although they're going to give us a continue, as soon as 2044, they continue. They will stop. The YFSM, a marshal, a time to continue. I'm not set a labor in the Maralmo. Gida continuing they'll be negotiating a Maran Zero. So those are one of the I think say we have to have an economic resiliency fund. We need a base that can protect us and then allow us to grow above that. And and we're still working on compacted and regal passing on but that's part of what we need. So all of these things are Mr. Henilo say there's still a lot of work to do, diversify and that's what we need to focus on now. So whether it's we've taken care of compact, we've taken care of COVID. We're rebuilding the tourism. Now let's expand into those other areas and help next bigger challenge is hospitality. We're setting up the board. How do we do it the right way so that it can improve service, provide a self value other bala hospitali. So
technical question. It's more
customer is king. Maybe that's another definition. Customer other bela. Kita am siungir. I mean that's
people first.
People first.
Dia tianga question. It's more on tige. President ka mal madinge tora finance my business. Tara a key component tra developing nation is what you call a sovereign wealth fund. Singapore am start tra gagidle gertira way back. Mang sigidam le fund ra gagidle Singapore Airline, ma Bank of China, ma avec pedengela gagidle Shobar sa Singapore. Le tira take the initial capital el mong open ra Shobai so lang invite ra local people to invest agel balance tial corporation. Several till after so many years it turn around otrawa gel share ra governmental more other blum moklo clear detail Lombalia namgis magis sa sector economy. I wrote this article maybe more than 10 years ago. Other FSM article they told me they do. A lot of FSM to sovereign wealth fund. I checked the $41 million do there. I don't know about RMI. I go to Philippine Makmuiwan News and then a movement gagi the Philippines create a sovereign wealth fund and tell Maharlika. So, President, I tell them, if you find any mililudod, please, let's try to get into that area as a means to diversify. Here's an example. Aboria capital regide, tigil sovereign wealth fund, aboria border ngayon, matigil limos kara finance. And so you must say, okay, now it's time to use this capital. It's really a first-class Palau Culture Center. Rababal daw. But the employer other bela matamangaw sa marula damo ke moriang loy agal tourist ba sa to sogdi mga agaled spend out dudir meantime it tak lokela adrablo o tira shareholder. So every year moria shareholders meeting it must say how much money do we make and how much dividend do we pay. Sego por crossing el capital eduk mora imora a sector edi why say maybe someday we'll have enough capital to open our very own bank. Right now, the foreign bank. We are dishing out capital to foreign countries. Number two, hindi ka airline rin. Ang ko na beta open airline, hindi ka bagulo maras kogi. Kaya lease. Nga wet lease, dry lease, you know. So anyway, siya on tick, and then if you can think of a way to capitalize rin through a legislation or something, as a financier, as a banker, I would say that's another avenue, those pairingi. It really be allowed. Why should FSM have theirs and we don't have ours? They have their own bank too. FDIC insured. We missed the boat. The three leaders said time I didn't have vision. We should have our own bank, which is fully insured by FDIC. So they don't take it, and then that's my last comment.
So, Kasama Finance. So one of the things that we passed a lot of 2016. 2015, I say, NDB people accept the deposits because one of the things that we know, I said, unfortunately, other implementing. Finally, we have a manager who said he's working towards the vision, and that's what we. Kadamdayan has said, "Tialudo 300 million ngarabelat." Koi Chiwang used to say, "I got post office pang." Di mo di pwede sa tao to send mo Hawaii, send mo rakpam. Murura ka. So we need to get that money circulating at Tialbulu. We can invest in our own economy and build it. Yung kamal kong yala mga kasi, aktisi yala Dubai. They're part of a hotel. Again, bring other hotel self blue. Again, part investor Dubai ma UAE, ma airline mo ngay say because tamay say iga source ra luur Tialbulu. And they end up winning together. But it does require the commitment to government. So, you know, those are things that we hope will say. Continue That's the next level that we need to go to.
see.
Build the structure in place, get things stabilized. That's where we are. Now that's the next part of the journey again.
Sure.
Ako marano kasi Palau has a lot of potential. It's just a matter of us. You know, a simple thing. Actims ka an example. A shipping registry was not earning us any money until we passed it. Around 2 million plus a year. Digital residency, nothing. Around 1.4 million a year. Ikaduk mo na next. Aircraft registry. It's such a simple thing. Where is it now? Where is it? Nga Senate. Diri ka, Dalugul.
Ay, si. Una ko ito na meeting gumiwa.
Oh, we need to help them understand. Kasi these are easy ways. Sell klisi edali liyakal bulu allows us to develop these kinds of businesses. Airlines, banking, registries.
Sure.
They're all tied together. That's the next phase.
Sure.
And we need to work together on that. I need your advice.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
put in my volunteer time to make it
Yeah.
happen because, again, I'm a banker by trade, so
Yes.
I have the inside dealing on these concepts. So lang, President.
Presidente, kami sulang. Malum, lugil ta lam sila men kada si edala do Di kum da so importante to kara be lam ari nga sara awero pa presidente. Akno di ka fire ma. Makadam na tiya ka di regel lo ultra singe mara blur bela lang 3 years later makum da so egal bla da south adi regal mla mo ko sin hada bela lo si ay gel mul south may gal mo south gidi 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 la. Mak appreciate ka emre nga sulemen mo sa em. Mi ka magi debate ka oltob daraw do siya mas adre belaw ko ya ajia sa igano ko tol do brenga sule me kluto miskate alo mal som na tingem mortir ro kui
Kita mal dim sa daurior.
waise
Di ko trula kada mal kita mringa sula adios ertiar klabogol albulwa. De kita ngar holiday season. Ngurismas. Ngaraul ngurismas kada celebrate ta relela Jesus. Ngi a osabelet maulen min sedel الموسوب ولا كيرا مجرى روبا كان تقول بانغلين so سيا قط كلول سينغ the greatest gift that was given to us مجرى level الى holiday season share the love with all of those around us so تيا سيل بالتيجرين على يسوع دول مول من غرا لو بالتيجرين الغرا بود ما ده ورين الى holidays اما غنيتا Merry Christmas مع happy and prosperous new year مع بك الأذر بينهم ما يكلر راجع كده أو كوتشان واري وبودا كاسويس.
waise
أوكي. دي عمران مسولان را أسألوك وريرو رابك كنسيلز.
dia waise
Holding us accountable because that's what the media is supposed to do.
About, I see.
Yeah.
Hindi ka personal la, igal game debate, hindi ka personal because we still like you as a president. We just may not agree with your idea, but we still like you as a
Sige,
president.
mira trade el momdare.
presidente ma gidire lo mitak lang tater mero ti amring lo do
Bang ringil.
mring lo morura ure re ma gi mo tuter ko di you have ko kam to ba ila ko mal ko ya rotul de di ko ter ma ro ko man mring asulem ako ndas ra de bela dire lo story la lumira hender ka we mo gi lo ndas ma Merry Christmas le ko ma family ko
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, President.
Merry Christmas.
si yam le to ko vet el program ra presidente bela lo no ma bela afternoon bakit dire lo ter ko ma ro ko mring asuli yo ulen ra umil halide mergi de ro ko Ingagi dem nams kita te alo mala ku pon mere gara ko 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 me ka mut ada do ge la klanga ra bulu apa bulu ya ma ka bel mentri gitu begitu ro me igang ya ru ba ko lo
Sula.